Hello and welcome to my first drawing lesson for Richmond Borough Mind. So today we'll be looking at perspective. In this instance it will be a single point perspective, and I will start drawing now, and as I draw I will talk about what I'm doing and how it pertains to perspective. So the first thing is that you draw a line for the horizon, so a horizon line. Now typically if you're doing a perspective that relies on line of sight from a standing person in the middle of a road, in this instance you will draw your line roughly halfway up the page, perhaps a little higher. This changes if you're drawing either from an elevated position or from a worm's eye view. From a worm's eye view you would do it much lower. You would do it here because you're looking up. So much bigger houses, a much more expansive sky. If on the other hand you're doing from an elevated position, then you do the horizon line up here because you have that elevated looking down position. But in this instance we're doing it at standing height, so we want the line here. So now we have the two lines that delineate the road, and they have to meet right in the center, which is here. Here and then here. Right, so you should have something like that, if that makes sense. Now, having done that, we then put another 3 lines to indicate, whoops, where that will be, where the pavement will be, which will be here. Clean that up a bit. Now for something like this is chalk based, so what we really need is a putty rubber. I can find one. Never mind. So we'll do something similar on this side. Try and make sure that these two match. I realise this looks more like a mathematical drawing than a fine art drawing at the moment, but this video is primarily about theory rather than artistic endeavour. So, okay. Now, then you start putting your buildings in. So the buildings will come roughly like this. So they will come up from your vanishing point. Now, so the largest building will be set slightly back. Do that there. This will help you. If you have a lip on your drawing board, then you can put the ruler like so, and provided your paper is on straight, what you will get is a straight line. But I think this is too short, so we're going to make it go along a bit. Much bigger. There we are. Right. So now I have to make sure that that line agrees with this line here. So that, move up there. There we are. But we would like some more houses, I think. So, again, look where your line is. And then, so this is a bit out, so we can correct that. Then there's a bit of a space between that house and the next door house. Again, ground the ruler on the lip. Line up with the vanishing point. And done. So we're getting much further away now. And you can see the recession from this house to this house. So I'm going to move the next house forward from this position. So I need to line up with the ruler, then find the base of this house here, which is here, and then move up to allow the space between this house and this house here. So we're going to move it up a bit more, and then we're going to put a baseline in now. So there's more space between this house and this house that I'm just about to draw. And there we are. Right, so I hope this is clear so far. Now the next step is to organise where your floors are. And again, that's quite difficult because what you'll be doing is drawing the base of the windows like so. But before you commit, check and step backwards to make sure that these look coherent. Because mathematically, yes, you're always aligning with your vanishing point here, but you have to make sure it works as a picture. And the problem with mathematical vanishing points is that if you look at the average street, it won't conform. But this is very necessary to learn so that you can then mess around with the rules. You learn them and then you break them or you bend them. So this has to be consistent too. See? 1, 2, 3. That's good. Now this actually looks like it's a bigger building, so I'm going to give it more windows. And this I'm going to do freehand because frankly I'm not going to use the ruler every single time, even though ideally I would. So then you've got the separate floors, so that'll be the second floor. So your ground floor windows, sorry, your into the first floor, your ground floor windows will be here, maybe here, or you might have a front door there. Yeah, let's put the front door there. The little step, and then a big ground floor window, like so. Then a smaller ground floor window here. Perhaps a little arch. I think a little arch would be nice. Yeah, why not? Do the arch. There we are. And then a smaller attic window that's slightly out of shot, out of our picture plane. Now roofs are a difficult one because you've got to allow for the fact that given your perspective, which you're standing here, let's do a little person here. A bit bigger, there we are. So you're standing in the middle of the road there. So when you look up, the roof will be a small fraction of what you would see if you were looking down on it. And then the following roof would do the same basic activity. But you would also have this, so this has to be like that. And you would have the chimney, ground the ruler, Tristram. So switch you around so you can see. There you go. Right. I will continue and try and get as much in as possible in the next 4 minutes or so. And then I'll post this and see how it works. So there you go. Hope that's okay. There we are. Hang on. And see you next time.